Hello friends, let me ask you a simple question. Is your salary a blessing or a prison? I want you to join me as I explain what I mean by this question. Is your salary a blessing or a prison? Your salary is a blessing under two conditions. The first one is it generates cash flow, and the cash flow is what you use to fulfill all the necessary needs, because without cash flow, you cannot get things done. You will not be able to pay bills and you will not be able to buy food to eat. However, salary is meant to achieve much more. Aside from generating cash flow for you to pay your bills, part of your salary is also meant to be pushed to an investment, or you're supposed to multiply part of your salary so that it can generate more income for you. However, if you only earn salary just to pay bills, you cannot become wealthy. So which means your salary must not be only to pay bills, but also part of it must be channeled towards investments. However, there's a big problem. Most people that you see around only work to earn a salary in order to pay bills. That's why a lot of people are struggling, even though they are professionals, even though they are business people. Now, I want you to listen to this very well. When you earn a salary, you must have some other streams of income. But a lot of people that are salary earners only depend on their salary. That's why once they collect a salary this month, they can't achieve any other thing until the next salary comes in, meaning that they're using the salary just to exist, just to pay bills. And there's a major reason why a lot of salary earners do not start other streams of income. I'll tell you that secret today. Let me show you the reason why a lot of salary earners hardly start any side business, or why they do not implement anything to give them extra sources of income. And here is the major reason. Let me show you. The reason why people are always looking for a job so that they can be earning a salary is because there's something to always fall back on, and that thing is instant reward. I call it instant reward. You know that at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, or at the end of the day, your pay is guaranteed. Somebody will pay you, and that's why you use your whole energy to go to work, even though the salary may be small. However, to start a business, there's something I call delayed reward. Of course, what we call delayed reward isn't actually delayed, but because it's not guaranteed, because you have to do that thing for a while, and you cannot tell when the reward will start coming. That's why a lot of people do not venture into business. I began to understand this even in my own life. You see, I run some businesses, and I discovered that when there's no business coming from outside where I will be paid, I'll just stay in front of my system, and to create something for myself will be so difficult. For instance, I'm working on my own business, and that business I know will be bringing me a lot of money, but I cannot guarantee when that money will start coming. So anytime I sit in front of my system to start building my business assets, within a few minutes, I'll get bored, I'll get tired. There wouldn't be any motivation, no inspiration. And within just a few minutes, I will stand up and I wouldn't want to continue the job again. However, there was one day I discovered the secret. A client just called me and asked me that I should do something for them. Of course, I knew that from this project, I was going to be making hundreds of thousands of naira. Imagine what happened to me. I just suddenly had a kind of energy, a rush of energy. The me that wouldn't be able to sit in front of my system for up to 30 minutes or 1 hour, I would get bored if I was working for myself. I discovered that I could sit behind the same system for hours. I won't even remember that I've not eaten, because there's an instant or immediate reward attached to what I'm doing. So that is the reason why a lot of salary earners wouldn't build any business for themselves, because they know that that business they are building wouldn't bring instant reward. There's no money attached to it. So the difference between people that will succeed, people that will earn 10x more, is the ability to convince themselves or visualize or imagine a reward that will make them keep working, even though the reward is not here, even though it looks like the reward isn't guaranteed. They keep working. Let me tell you, it's deception to think that because you're not going to get paid by anybody within a short period of time, or within the time that you can determine, does not mean you shouldn't start working on your project, on your side business. That's one thing that differentiates people that are wealthy and people that only work for a salary and retire on a salary that will never be able to guarantee them a good future. So if you want to earn 10x more, I want to encourage you today that you must be motivated to imagine a reward that you will get if you keep working on your side business. Salary can be a deception if it imprisons you. And what do I mean by a salary imprisoning you? That's the only thing you use your time for. You are not building something for yourself, because you're always thinking that at the end of the month or at the end of the week, at least that one is guaranteed. The guaranteed salary of today will never take you anywhere tomorrow. The only thing that will take you to your dream tomorrow is the business that you build by the side for yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to quit your job. You can still be working where where you're working today, but make sure that you are building something for yourself. In order for you to be consistent in building something for yourself, to earn times 10 of what you are earning today, you might not be able to do it alone, except you belong to a group where you'll be constantly encouraged, motivated, and challenged to keep building something for yourself. And that group is the 10X group. To join this group, just check the link below this video or comment 10X group. Before you go, I have another video popping up on your screen on how you can get paid 10X more. I want you to click that video and watch it right away. I'll see you there, and bye for now.